Hey everybody, welcome to a Truth Reviews look at the Keychron K6. So let's start off with a quick little unboxing here. This product is due to launch in June 2020. We received ours in May because we'd pre-ordered it. Inside the box you get a double-sided piece of cardboard with instructions on how to sync. You get a right-angled USB-C cable, a bunch of keys for Windows. It comes pre-installed with the Mac keys. And one other thing that you do get in the box as well is this little device which lets you switch out the keys if you want to switch from Windows to Mac, and there is a switch on the side which is pretty easy to use. You just flick it and you can switch between Windows and Mac. So let's go ahead and take out the keyboard. Straight off the bat, it feels really nice. I really like the feel of the keyboard, and I liked the lighting options, even though there's only really one I'm going to use, and that's with all the lights on. I can't imagine when I'd use it with all this flickering going on. I think it would be pretty distracting for me personally. But there is one thing that I noticed right away. As much as I like the look of the keyboard, and I do think it looks very, very nice. I do like how it's understated, but the orange escape key is a little bit too, stands out a little bit too much for me. I'm not really somebody who uses the escape key all that much. I'm not a coder. But the one thing that strikes you off the bat is just how incredibly thick this thing is. That keyboard on the left is the keyboard that comes with an iMac. And you could probably fit about 6, maybe 7 iMac keyboards on top of each other. And those Apple keyboards will not be as thick as this thing. Now on the side, you can choose between Bluetooth and cable connectivity, and you can choose between Windows and Mac. You also do get the secondary function keys by holding on to FN1 and changing the brightness of the keyboard or changing the brightness of the screen on your laptop. It works really well and it's pretty seamless in that way. Also keep in mind that when you return to your laptop, once the keyboard has gone to sleep, which it does do after 10 minutes, this can be disabled, but your battery life won't last very long if it is. And at the moment we got just over 2 weeks battery life out of our laptop. And that is when you press a key to wake the keyboard up, you usually need to press a key 2 or 3 times in order for the keyboard to wake up, so it's not instantaneous. Now one issue we had off the bat was that we couldn't connect the Keychron keyboard to any of our MacBook Pros. We have 3 different MacBook Pros and none of them would find it. And the reason for this was if you have an MX Anywhere 2 mouse and potentially any other Bluetooth mouse or Bluetooth device connected, your keyboard will not show up. The only way to get it to show up is to remove all your other Bluetooth devices, add the keyboard, then re-add all your other Bluetooth devices. Pretty annoying. Another issue you're about to see is take a look at how many times I press the caps lock key. It turns on about 60% of the time. Even when I press it pretty hard, it doesn't always activate. As you can see, I'm pressing it pretty hard and it's just simply not activating. Luckily, this is the only key I have an issue with, but it's a big enough issue that if I was to keep this keyboard, I would have to return it and get another one in its place. One of the big issues for me was your finger oils actually stay on this keyboard for quite a while. And it's very difficult to clean off. As you can see, even rubbing it with a cloth doesn't actually get doesn't get the oils from your finger off your keyboard. A lot of people have, with the K2, for example, have complained about how thick it is. And when I saw this keyboard, I thought, okay, they put double legs in there where you can have the legs at 2 different heights. And with the legs, it comes up to 9 degrees. I thought, okay, great. Maybe this would help. And I've never ever had any troubles with my wrists when typing. I never had a trouble with carpal tunnel or anything like that. So I wasn't really worried about this keyboard. And I thought people who complained were like, just, maybe they've had wrist issues or whatever. And I went ahead and I tried to use this keyboard. And as much as I love the feel of the keys, after 15 minutes, I just simply could not use it. You have to put your wrists in this condition, which means your hand has to float above the keys. And if your hand is floating above the keys like that, I tried 3 different office chairs that we have, and in every one of those chairs, even in the top settings, I would have to bring my shoulders up almost and hover my hands above the keyboard. Now Keychron do offer this wooden wrist rest. I can't imagine how comfortable a wrist rest made out of wood is going to be on your wrist, but they do offer this. I don't want to have to carry a wrist rest or not be able to use the keyboard. And trust me when I say this, this keyboard will give you wrist pain. Unfortunately, that's just what's going to be a deal breaker for me personally, and for everyone else. I've let 2 other people in the house alone try it and a few people in the office, and everyone loves the keys. But anytime I give it to anybody and I say, now try it for the day, within an hour they're like, my wrist is killing me, you can have this keyboard back. I can't imagine ever being able to use this comfortably, and unfortunately that's the reason that I'm going to have to send my one back, and that's the reason why I can't recommend this without a wrist rest. And even then, you're going to have to add a wrist rest on top of your keyboard as well. It depends if you want to do that or not. Thank you for watching. If you found this in any way helpful, please do like and subscribe, or just do one or the other. It does really help us out a lot. And for those that are curious as to what the brown keys sound like, have a listen.